Almost ready to get underway here at Portland, Oregon. Let's look at the Jeep Eagles starting lineups. Pistons on the left and the Blazers on the right. And Hubie Brown, several key players not in the game tonight.
Well, we have Buck Williams, who is at home attending the funeral of his mother. And we send our regrets to Buck and his family. And also on the opposite side,
John Sally.
We have John Sally, who's on the injured list right now. Will regain and come back next week when the Pistons come off of this road trip. So two key players are not here. And also Jerome Kersey is not starting tonight. He's on the bench with a very sore ankle, but he expects to get some playing time.
So the lineups with a little bit of a switch around here tonight. Orlando Woolridge in the starting lineup for the Pistons. He'll be jumping against Ala Abdelnaby. Certainly two players who wouldn't be jumping the center tip under usual conditions for these two teams. The Portland Trailblazers only a game out of the lead in the Pacific Division. There's Orlando Woolridge now. And the Detroit Pistons 8.5 back of Chicago in the Central Division. So even though it's early in the season, a significant game for both of the teams. Who is here? Well, Isaiah Thomas and Clyde Drexler, two guards who will light it up, who are all-stars to go along with Joe Dumars. And early on, the Pistons score inside, and they get Abdelnaby.
I like that style of play, and that is take advantage of the height right here. Drexler has at least 4 inches on Joe Dumars, forcing a double team, and then send the passer through. Abdelnaby, anytime that he goes down in there, will have a guard picking him up.
And Isaiah Thomas committed the foul. Terry Porter, 4-3. Well, that's a quick 5-point lead for the Trailblazers.
Well, one of the best in the league, and in the history of the league, is Terry Porter. He shoots that very consistently, around 40%. Now, at this end of the floor, the coaching staff of Portland very concerned with the guards. They're going to trap them and make the other people beat them tonight.
Woolridge inside, partially blocked. The stick back is good. Dennis Rodman, a monster on the offensive boards. Foul on Cliff Robinson.
Well, when you look at Dennis Rodman, we know that he is the lunch pail guy. Robinson has a major job tonight, keeping him off the glass. Now, you're going to see it right here. Dennis Rodman is leading the league with close to 6 offensive rebounds a game. There are forwards in this league who do not average 6 for the season. Last year, he led the league with 4 per game, and already here he is at 5.8. That is incredible.
Well, you see why Cliff Robinson was looking so surprised. They call the foul on Clyde Drexler. Robinson was innocent.
Now, this is good strategy. Take seconds off the clock. They showed a 3-quarter court 2-2-1 trap.
Robinson over Dennis Rodman. It is 7-3. 10 points in the first minute between these two teams.
Now you see early they've trapped Thomas twice.
Blocked by Cliff Robinson.
Cliff Robinson, an excellent defensive player. Chuck Daly knows that Robinson will come from any position, play a small forward, center, or big forward.
Bullet pass from Lane Beer almost knocked Dumars down from long range. That's a 2-pointer. It is a 7-5 Trailblazer lead. 10:44 to go in the first quarter. A tip in by Robinson.
See, that can't happen. Lampier did not put his body on Robinson. Robinson is 6'10" with very long arms.
Dumars against Drexler, pulls up. Loose ball foul.
Because of the inconsistency of the front line for Detroit, Chuck Daly is going to a lot of isolations for Isaiah and Joe Dumars, pick and rolls for each guy. Now, at the other end of the floor, Portland is saying, you're not going to beat us, Chuck Daly, with your guards. We're going to trap them and make them pass the basketball and beat you with the other people.
Drexler defended by Dumars, down low to Kevin Duckworth. There's the double team. To Robinson, inside. Fouled as he tries to go up for the shot.
Whenever you trap, you cannot allow the guy to just turn and pass out of the trap and find the free people. Right now, the Detroit trap is what we call soft. They're giving the passing lanes.
Foul was on Woolridge. 3 team fouls on Detroit already. Robinson from the perimeter.
Great ball movement.
Robinson with 6 points early.
Well, you know what you like when you're coaching, and especially here at Portland, they're trying to get this ball club not to take the shot out of the first or second pass. Let's move it to the 3rd and 4th pass, and we'll get an open shot, and we're seeing that early.
Isaiah Thomas penetrates, gets it to Woolridge for the jam. Duckworth just got out of him his way. The first 2 points of the game for Orlando Woolridge.
And we know tonight that Isaiah Thomas and Dumar will get their shots. The key guys tonight are Woolridge and Aguirre.
Porter misses just inside the three-point lane. Lane Beer with the rebound off to Isaiah Thomas from 18.
Don't fight!
Dumar with the rebound. Robinson on the break in the open court. It's blocked away from him.
3-on-2.
Woolridge driving hard to the basket. That's the name of his game.
Yeah, and it is. And that was a very difficult shot because he had to shoot up over the top of the two players.
2-point Portland lead. Pistons with an opportunity to tie. Rodman with the rebound. Dumar's down to Isaiah. Into the paint. Scoop shot. It's tied.
You're coaching Portland, you're nervous right now. This is not the Detroit Pistons. They are out pushing the ball, taking advantage of you 3-on-2. Now, can they keep up this pace for the 48 minutes?
My guess is no.
No, I would think not. Oh, good steal that time.
Punched away by Woolridge. Drexler comes up with a loose ball. He penetrates. The leaner misses. Woolridge with a rebound to Dumar. Robinson punches it away and comes away with a steal. Drexler to Duckworth.
Send that baby home, big fella. We know you're only shooting 41%. You have not had many of those this year.
Rick Adelman said today Duckworth has to step up and perform consistently for them if they want to really take control in the Western Division. Most people think that the Portland Trailblazers should be the team leading the pack in Pacific Division. Stolen by Robinson.
Gotta give it up. There you go.
He misses the jam.
He waited too long, Bob. By the time that ball was delivered, Bill Laimbeer had a chance to get back and to intimidate. Now, naturally, everybody in the building wants to foul, including Rick and including this guy right here, Robinson.
But guess what? They're not going to get it.
Well, that's because there's going to be an awful lot of contact here tonight.
Robinson banging inside again, kicks it to Porter. Steps in a foot or two, misses the jumper. Rodman with his third rebound. Laimbeer fakes the three. He's on the drive to Rodman. Rodman misses the lay-in. It's knocked out of bounds. The ball will belong to Detroit. The reason I'm chuckling is to look at Bill Laimbeer on that slashing move to the hoop.
Well, Chuck Daly right now, he's trying to get them to call a play. And you're looking at this and you're saying, now there was contact. Laimbeer also wanted a foul.
That's the Bill Laimbeer shot.
I like the pace of this game, but this is a Portland pace. It's their tempo.
13-13, 7:03 to go first quarter. Abdelnaby, good moves inside over Woolridge.
Now he's got moves, Bob. When he's back to the basket, he can get it done.
Rodman gets the lay-in as Detroit's running it down court very quickly. It's tied at 15. Isaiah Thomas, quick hands. Detroit can take the lead.
Anytime that you have a lot of deflections, and we're seeing it at both ends of the floor, high intensity. People are really putting out defensively.
We have a timeout on the floor. Charge to the Portland Trailblazers. It's tied at 15, 6:29 to go. Quarter number one from Memorial Coliseum. Clyde Drexler is the only Blazer starter who hasn't scored, but he has 4 assists.
Now, you cannot be careless in the open floor tonight. Now, you're going to see Robinson come up with a second steal, and now he's going to find Drexler on the baseline. And here it is. He's sending it home to the big fella, who's only shooting 41%. But like Rick said today to us, that they need him to hit that jump shot facing and operate in a low hole. Right now, Clyde Drexler, the player of the month in the NBA this past year, only 27 a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, not bad.
We were talking, he may be playing better than anybody in the NBA at this point.
See, that's the one they need from Duckworth, and he usually hits that.
Got his own rebound off to Robinson. Duckworth with another board in front of Bill Laimbeer. That was partially blocked.
Chuck Daly's concerned right now. Rodman's got to do the defensive part, but most of all, Woolridge has got to get in and help out on the board.
Chuck Daly looking up and down his bench. Not seeing much help there.
Now you look at that front line. You have Duckworth at 7 foot, Abdelnaby at 6'11", and then you have Robinson at 6'10". All three guys up front must rebound if Detroit is going to win this game.
No question about it. The Detroit Pistons, Chuck Daly there, knows James Edwards is gone. Vinnie Johnson just signed and played in that San Antonio game tonight. The only thing that's keeping Detroit here right at the moment, and in Portland, only 2 of their last 11 shots. Robinson with the Lambeer miss. Remains tied at 15. Drexler. First points of the night. The line drive finds the hoop.
Now, that is a great battle tonight. 2 NBA All-Star players, Dumar and Drexler going head-to-head. They each have a different style of play. Now, this is what you must see tonight. Isaiah Thomas and Dumars off the dribble, break the defense down, and then hit the free people going to the basket. We must see more of that if Detroit is to pull this one out on the road.
Well, you know what you get with Orlando Woolridge, and that's offense. He has 6 points early. Drexler gets inside of Dumars, but the foul.
That was a good call. Right now, Joe Dumars is saying that he got bumped, you know, on that baseline pick, bringing Drexler to the ball. But on the elevation, Joe Dumars bumps Drexler right below the waist. An excellent call. That's the reason why that ball came up short.
Joe Dumars is one of the class acts in the NBA, but bluntly speaking, he's off to a terrible start this year.
Yes, he is. He's only shooting 43%, but they are encouraged right now. He has, in the last 5 games, Dumars has scored over 30 points a game. But for a long time, he was shooting in the middle 30s. And that is so uncharacteristic of him.
Well, you got to wonder. Only 2 guards, really. Dumars and Thomas. Not much help, and that's gonna cause a problem with the games of both of those players.
Well, in every big game, they are both giving you 40 minutes, and you and I both know how long can they keep it up, because then they need them to stop the other team's advancement, transition defense. It wears and tears on the guard's legs as the year goes on.
Jerome Kersey, with his sprained ankle, is in the ball game for the Trailblazers right now.
See, with Portland trapping outside, Lambeer is the key guy. He must hit those jumpers.
The air ball from Terry Porter. 2-point Portland lead. Detroit ball with 4:28 to go, first quarter.
You know what? I actually heard some booing, and I can't believe that. I'll tell you what, I know that was an air ball, but that guy has such courage. He will take those big-time shots for this Portland Trailblazer team, and he's such a great three-point shooter.
Kersey defending Woolridge with 10 on the shot clock. There comes the double team. Thomas. Lambeer with 5 on the shot clock.
He's got to hit them. Now, you saw what happened. They isolated Woolridge at the top of the circle. He said, take him. What happened? The double team came. Isaiah made the second key pass.
The offensive foul on Portland. That is Drexler's 2nd personal foul.
Well, they allowed Drexler to play where they would substitute for any of the other 4 guys. Even many times with 5, with 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game, they'll allow him to stay in the game.
Woolridge defended by Robinson this time. Kicks it to Lambeer.
You know, he's missed 3 really wide open shots, and he's shooting a line drive tonight. No arch on the shot.
Ball went out of bounds off Rodman. It belongs to Portland. 3:38 to go first quarter. Tied at 19. Detroit has lost 21 consecutive regular season games here in Portland.
Boy, another offensive foul. I'll tell you, they are being very, very tough. Anytime that an offside screen is being set, see, when you're coaching, you just want them to be consistent. If you're going to call it, now call it at both ends, and that's what Rick is saying right there. Now, that's fine. We'll all adjust, but be consistent.
Isaiah Thomas, beautiful pass to Rodman. Isaiah off to an excellent game tonight in terms of his floor leadership. Some beautiful passes and assists already, and Rodman has 7 points. And Detroit has taken a 2-point lead. Rodman with a rebound. That's his 4th.
Give it up, Dennis. Give it up. Something bad happened.
Woolridge.
Oh, baby. That's the second one, Bob. Come on, he's looking good in the flow. He's thinking that they're yelling showtime, showtime, and his Laker days are back.
Even though he's wearing the number 6 instead of 0. You see, of course, 0 is taken 2 times over by Duckworth on this team. It's 23-21 Detroit now with 2:29 remaining in the first quarter, and that's the 8th point for Robinson.
Now, Robinson's off to a good start. Bill Lambier waved over to Chuck and said, Chuck, my fault. We trapped, and I did not rotate to pick up the free guy. Now, we have 2 excellent defensive teams here tonight, and you have got to be able to find the free people after the traps.
10 seconds to shoot for Detroit.
Too much time.
4 seconds to shoot. Rodman. Tough bucket for Dennis.
Now, you know Dennis has got a great game when he's back to the basket, don't you? Come on now. You have seen him do that so many times, haven't you?
Dennis Rodman, the offensive show tonight.
Right.
9 points in the first quarter. Drexler for 3. And it's a 1-point Detroit lead.
Now, they're the top 3-point shooting team in the league, because not only do Porter and Drexler make it, but then they have Danny Ainge. Every year they shoot 35 or more %. They're absolutely dangerous at all times. You must get up and force the guy to dribble the ball.
10 on the shot clock. Here's that old pick and roll. Lambier misses again from the perimeter, and as you said, he has to have that.
Nice. Way to pass the ball. You'll end up with a good shot. There it is.
Terry Porter has 5, and it's a 1-point Trailblazers lead.
See, you can't be a dumb player out there tonight. The traps are happening so quick that when you see the trap coming to you, you must find the free guy, and then the first guy who catches that pass, he must understand, no shot, I'm rotating it to the next guy, and let him make the decision.
Now, these are the Blazers Pistons we've all grown to know and love. 26-25, good first quarter. Just under a minute remaining. A lot of action in the NBA tonight. In the second quarter out west, Utah leading the Clippers. They've surprisingly been pretty good this year, the Clippers, I mean. Boston, big win tonight. And, by the way, Ricky Pierce missed his first free throw in case you missed it. Indiana clipped Dallas, 124-108. And Chicago got New York in a defensive struggle at Chicago Stadium. Philadelphia over Minnesota. San Antonio couldn't stage a good comeback in a game we hope you saw on TNT. And immediately following the game, a reminder, we'll have Inside the NBA with Hannah Storm. All the scores and highlights on Inside the NBA.
Now, at the opposite end of the floor that time, they picked up Detroit with a moving offensive foul on Atlanta Woolridge. And that's good, because they're going to call it at both ends of the floor, because they do not want any cheap shots with high elbows tonight.
And that was the second personal on Orlando Woolridge. Aguirre set to come into the ball game for Detroit. Porter on the penetration and the dish. Kersey misses. 5 rebounds for Rodman. Dumar's off the dribble.
Everyone in the building would like to travel that time by Dumar's. Now it's the interpretation, was the ball out of his hand.
Clyde Drexler gets into the lane, throws up the ball. He knew he probably didn't have a chance for the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line. With only 26 seconds to go in the quarter, Mark Aguirre gets into the ball game.
Now, Woolridge was very, very productive. He came in and was 4 for 5 from the floor, did a great job. And we want to bring out that point. The forwards tonight must do it. Woolridge 4 for 5, Rodman 4 for 6. But then the guy who is getting all the open jump shots, Lambier right now, kept struggling, 2 for 6. But you know that the shot is there.
Lambier, by the way, picked up the personal. Everybody on Detroit's starting team has at least 1 foul. Woolridge with 2. There are the numbers on Drexler. Hubie told you a moment ago he was the NBA Player of the Month for November.
Playing great basketball, shooting over 50%. Outstanding. Now, this is a quick unit. They are in a 2-2-1, 3-quarter court trap, and this is something which Detroit has always had problems with. Now, even though they've dropped back, they're under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Down to 6, 5, 4, almost an equal match to the game clock. Thomas with the drive. Lambier wasn't ready.
Anytime your man leaves you on a guy going down the lane, you must step to the front of the rim and create a passing lane. Even if Lambier caught that ball, he was behind the backboard.
1 point They reset the clock to 2 seconds in the quarter. Portland leading it by 1.
Great pass.
And Drexler just barely missed it. A good execution. It's a good first quarter. Portland on top by 1, 28-27. Blazers lead it by 1. He'll be at the beginning of this ball game. You talked about the need for Detroit to get it done inside. Rodman and Woolridge have been doing it.
Well, they have 14 points up front, and if Lampier will just get hot right now, everything will be nice. And you look in the open floor, we know that Portland, one of the top teams in this league, and especially in the fast breaking area. It's 8-2 in fast break points, Detroit. Now, can they keep it up? That's the question.
Isaiah Thomas. Ainge and Cooper into the ball game, along with McCann for Detroit.
Now, Portland's second unit up and down, playing sporadic basketball night in and night out.
Abdelnaby over Aguirre. Aguirre will have a hard time with the 6'11" a la Abdelnaby.
I tell you, Bob, he has a nice game with his back to the basket. He can shoot it down in there with either hand.
Thomas pulls up to launch the jumper over Porter. Ainge into the ball game, and the Trailblazers trying to run.
In the first quarter, Portland had many opportunities and missed quite a few layups underneath.
Well, there's the classic pick and roll.
That's right. See, they've got to send it home. See, if I'm coaching Portland at the end of the first quarter, I'm happy. I'm still ahead by 1. I'm not playing well. I'm getting many shots from the foul line down. We keep this up, we'll beat them and beat them big in that fourth quarter.
Rick Adelman saying he's looking for more consistency from his second unit. They're up one night, down the next. Aguirre misses the 3. McCann swats it out of bounds. At the conclusion of tonight's game, UB and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. We have 10:47 to go in the first half. Trailblazers lead it by 3.
Now this unit is looking for Danny Ainge right here. He was coming off of a staggered screen.
Excellent defense. Ainge with nowhere to go. Kicks it to Kersey. It'll be Portland ball. Remember, Jerome Kersey playing on a seriously sprained ankle. He hasn't practiced all week long.
No, and he's had it right since the beginning of the season. Very limited time for him at the practice sessions.
Wayne Cooper with an uncharacteristic jump shot. 3-point Portland lead.
Kyle Walker took a shot that time right on the elbow when the opposite rebounder came down, caught him there.
Dennis Rodman for 3. Rebound Porter.
Now, I know you're stunned that he took that, okay? But he's already shot close to 25 threes this year.
Detroit trying to find offense wherever they can.
Now,
That'll give you an idea of how they have to look for it, though.
Now, that was an excellent call. Joe Dumar just got blasted on a baseline pick. Now, Jerome Kersey's all upset, but he just put Dumars into the first row. And I like what the referees are doing here right now. You just keep an eye on this coming down inside. I'll just watch this Kersey pick. Boom. And he puts Dumars right into the row.
Kersey's first personal. Aguirre. Defended by Kersey. Rodman.
Oh.
Offensive.
Shot.
No, they're going to count it. That's right.
No.
It'll count.
He threw that one up with his left hand. Coming in from the baseline, thought he was going to put it down. Now just watch this. He thinks he has a right-handed shot, but the defense rotates. Now watch what happens here. Look at this. Boom. Now you say, well, it should have been an offensive foul. That was close.
That was close. Looked like he got him with his arm, but on second thought, he gets a 3-point play. And Rodman, an offensive scoring machine. 12 points already.
Well, they gotta say, see, he's dangerous. He's made 5 threes, so now he knows it's within his range.
Maybe he's tired of hearing guys like us talk about his lack of offense. Ainge in the paint.
See, that's another one they've left short. At least 5 so far.
Good pass from Aguirre to Dumars.
There you go. Nice pass. See, Portland is showing us no transition defense. And you cannot allow a team like Detroit to get out and score easy points. force them to beat you in the half-court game.
Pack drives on Charlie Thomas, and there is Al-Danabi again. He has 8 points.
You cannot allow guys to dribble with their strong hand, and especially to get to the middle of the floor with that hand.
Charles Thomas, by the way, number 14 for Detroit, the other Thomas from Eastern Michigan University. Who tipped that in?
That was two
Rodman?
guys. Yeah, McCann and Rodman. Well, you know, no one knows McCann, so they'll probably give it to Rodman.
You got it right. It's Rodman. You just heard the public address. Now it's 14 points for Rodman in the ball game. That foul was on Bob McCann, however. His first.
All right, now we have some great stories here. Robert Pack, a free agent out of USC, picked up out of the LA Summer League and getting quality minutes here with Portland. As a matter of fact, put Danny Young on the bench. And Bob McCann, a guy who was, 27 years old, been over in Europe with 3 teams, Continental League. Here he is playing and getting big minutes with Detroit.
That's Robinson's second personal foul. 8:22 to go in the first half. 36-34, and the Detroit Pistons, who have lost 21 consecutive times here in Portland in regular season play.
This is interesting. No double teaming of Aguirre. That's the 3rd time they've gone into late double team.
Danabi with a rebound to Robert Pack. 3 rebounds for Allah. What a move by Robert Pack!
Now that's the 2nd time he has beaten Thomas to the middle of the lane, coming from the left side of the floor with his right hand. You cannot allow that to happen.
Got the crowd into the game now. Tied at 36. 8 on the shot clock for the Pistons. Aguirre from the baseline over Robinson.
Now they're going to Aguirre. That's the 4th time down, 4th pass into Aguirre. No double team unless he dribbles the ball. He has got to give them a big game offensively.
Ainge with the penetration dishes to Cliff Robinson, who now has 10.
The Detroit frustrated right now. See, they are trapping, but the guy is beating the trap with the pass. Now, it's nice because we're seeing at both ends of the floor. This is good basketball.
Dumar's running the team from the point with Isaiah Thomas on the bench. Here's Charles Thomas dishing to Aguirre for 3. Loose ball foul. Going to be on Detroit.
Yeah, good loose ball foul that time. You could see the hands pushing in the back that time. Bob McCann, but he's a wide body. In camp, he was 6'7", 270. Now they have him down. He's under 250, working very hard, happy to be in the league and getting quality minutes.
10 ties, 7 lead changes. This is the rookie out of Southern Cal.
Now, this is packed. Now, you're going to see, Thomas gets caught once again. There was no place for him to go if he would have pushed him to the left side of the floor. You just cannot have that happen, especially 2 times in a row.
Isaiah Thomas back in defending Pack now. Good steal by Dennis Rodman.
That was excellent defense. Poor pass. Very bad pass beating the post.
Bedford into the ball game, missing from the baseline. Al-Danabi with his 4th rebound. Here's Pack ahead to Ainge. Defended by Walker, blows by him. Got a hold on Walker out of way from the basket.
Good head fake that time by Danny Ainge. He showed jump shot, forced Darryl to make a commitment, and then when he put it down, Darryl knew that he was beaten. He put his hand on him. Now they're going to work Ainge. He can go out either side underneath the basket.
Off a baseline screen. Leans in past Walker. That's his own rebound. This is the stick back. Ainge just having a nightmare this year scoring.
Gotta get rid of the ball, Dennis.
Bedford is fouled by Wayne Cooper. We remain tied at 38 with 5:55 to go in the half.
See, Bedford has a game. Cooper is one of the best shot blockers in the history of this league. They are not double teaming Bedford down in the low hole, same as Aguirre. So what they're saying is you can play him and disrupt the shot. This guy has a lot of talent. Chuck Daly gave him 8 consecutive starts, put Lambier on the bench. And during that period of time, the team went 3 wins, 5 losses. But he didn't do it. He has an awful lot of talent offensively. But he's got to become more dominant in rebounding and shot blocking and show more tenacity if he expects quality minutes.
And misses both of the free throws. We remain tied at 38. Robert Pack, Abdelnaby, Clyde Drexler back in the ballgame. Pack, beautiful crossover move. That was a block by Bedford.
That was a great block. Nice pass.
Aguirre fouled by Robinson. It was a beautiful pass from Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is showing us everything tonight. Come on, he's touching all of the columns. That was an outstanding pass. Looked the opposite way, fired it through, and, you know, gave Aguirre. Now, what are we saying here with Robinson? Right here now, you're going to see this. There's your block. Now we start the fast break. Rodman is going to look the opposite way. Boom, nice pass. Giving it to Aguirre. Now, this is a big game. Do not allow him to get the shot. Hard foul. Make him make the 2 foul shots.
Kersey and Duckworth back into the game. Robinson will sit down, and so will Cooper. Robinson sits down with 3 personal fouls. Remember, Kersey playing with a sore ankle. Aguirre averaging 15.5 a game on the season.
This is a guy who really worked in the offseason. You know, went to a weightlifting conditioning guy to get better quickness, agility drills, dropped 20 pounds, and came back in excellent condition, shooting 43%. How do you figure?
Too strong. Drexler has it stripped away. Duckworth runs it down. 10 to shoot.
Nice ball movement.
Kersey fakes Rodman away, takes it. One-armed rebound by Abdelnaby. Finally, Detroit comes away with a defensive rebound. Cross-court pass ill-advised. Kersey comes away with it to Pat, and Isaiah Thomas thrown right off the court.
Oh, you look at this. It's only fitting that he scores because he's been working so hard. Abdelnaby is doing it, and we know back in Bloomfield, New Jersey, they're all happy. And that too.
Good ball game. Tied at 44-40 to go first half.
See, this is interesting. Double team late. They're double teaming once he dribbles.
Bedford from the baseline doesn't get it again. Loose ball foul.
Dennis Rodman is really working tonight, Bob. Once again, the center for Detroit is getting the open jump shot on the baseline. Bedford and Lambier are getting quality shot attempts.
Guess who would probably be making some of those? I don't want to look back at last year, but remember James Edwards.
Yeah, well, you know, James.
Easy to say.
Yeah, well, James you have to double team. You could never play him one-on-one down inside.
Aguirre against Kersey. Takes the double team, reverses it with 15 on the clock, and Walker, that's his game to the hoop.
But, you know, when you were in this league a while and you played against Darryl, you're going to make him take the outside shot. Just do not allow him to beat you off the dribble on any ball reversal.
Detroit by 2. Kersey hit the rim with that pass attempt, which reset the shot clock. Nice. Good interior defense by the Pistons. 8 turnovers now for Portland.
Dennis had a point. Dennis had a good point. He said he did not leave the floor. Chuck Daly is up. You know, he's talking to his guys to go for something else other than that move. But Dennis Rodman gave the ball fake, gave the head fake, and according to him, kept his foot on the floor. Our angle, we are blocked out by the fans here in the front row. Let's see. Keep an eye on that left foot. Nope, he kept it down. Should not have been a travel.
Dennis was right, but it's a Detroit turnover. Dennis Rodman still talking to official Jim Clark.
Ooh, good call. Good call. See, and that's a big foul on Drexler.
It's his third.
Yeah, he just caught Darryl Walker right in the Adam's apple. Now, I know he's upset. He doesn't feel that he did that. And also, the bench is up on the other side. But he caught Walker, popped him good.
Walker's taken 2 bullets early on his shoulder. Now he got the Adam's apple shot. 10 seconds to shoot. Isaiah Thomas looking for Aguirre posted against Drexler. He had to come away from the hoop with it. Now 7. Hard drive. Porter and the Blazers run. The glide draws the foul as he goes hard to the hoop.
Now, Clyde is one of the best ever in this league. Once you hit him out on the side of making something happen. Even if the defense is back in their transition, you will say he will make it happen here. He has the great ability to shoot with either hand, and then when he gets fouled, go to the line and usually shoot a fairly good percentage on the line itself. He's averaging 6 attempts a game.
First personal on William Bedford. 3:05 to go in the first half. Detroit with the 2-point lead. Drexler into double figures on the scoring.
Now, Portland is a team that goes to the line right at the top of the league every year. Always over 30 times a game. And this year, 31 a game. But they are only shooting as a team 72%. What an Achilles heel when you have this much talent.
And a team that gets to the line. Drexler now 6 and 7 tonight, however. Tied at 42. Under 3 minutes to go first half.
Sure, they should just switch that. That's right. Wide trap. It's guard to guard.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Isaiah Thomas with 2 on the shot clock banks it home. Isaiah has 6.
Big time move. Duckworth was slow that time getting. Isaiah shoots over the top of the 7-2 guy.
Drexler takes Aguirre inside, dishes to Duckworth. Rodman has 6 rebounds.
Isaiah's pass was behind Bedford that time. A great pass at the other end of the floor by Drexler.
Duckworth short arms it, and Rodman gets his 7th rebound.
Can anyone score in this game or what? Come on.
Both teams started off scoring well. Now they're shooting about the kind of percentage they have been shooting lately. Detroit leading it by 2.
So Mark Aguirre's got to understand that any time that he catches the pass, they're not coming. He can do all of his moves, but as soon as he puts the ball down and starts to the lane, then the double teamer is coming. That's the only time he has to worry about it.
It's been a close one all the way. 12 ties, 7 lead changes. Pistons up by 2 right now with under 2 minutes to go. Coming up at halftime, Prudential halftime report. Ernie Johnson will have scores and highlights from all around the league. Highlights from that Knicks Bulls game. Ricky Pierce missed the free throw, the first free throw. He was hoping to break the consecutive free throw record tonight, but didn't do it. And we'll also have a look at the highlights from our first telecast tonight between the Suns and the Spurs. Isaiah Thomas misses, but he's fouled.
Good move this time. You come out of a timeout. You want to go to Isaiah. Most of all, he's got the rookie playing him, Robert Peck, right here. And, you know, he's a great story. Was the MVP of the LA free agent summer league. And George Raveling, his coach in college, pushed hard. Portland picked him up, and what a find.
Led the Southern Cal Trojans in steals and assists last year.
Well, he grew up in New Orleans, played junior college basketball at Tyler in Texas, and then played his last 2 years at USC. And it's the old story. He was confident when he came in. The coaching staff said that he came in and he played very hard, and consequently, nice contribution is being made.
Pistons by 3.
Portland really struggling this quarter. They're only 6 for 18 in field goal attempts.
Porter with the fake. Bedford came into it. No whistle. That's what he was looking for. Pack, nice dish off. Duckworth gets the tip in off the Abdul-Nabi miss.
See, now one Detroit guy got up in the air that time. Bedford and Aguirre must help out Dennis Rodman. Boy, Dennis Rodman is playing over 45 minutes a game on the strip. They need him in there. But come on, these other 2 guys have got to pull their weight.
10 seconds to shoot. Dumar is on a beautiful drive. It won't fall. Aguirre with the offensive board, and he draws the big foul from Duckworth. Offensive rebounds. Look at the difference. Portland really owning the boards.
Well, at this end of the floor, at the Detroit end that time, Dennis kept that one alive by tapping it, and it was good if you're a Detroit fan to see Aguirre exert himself and get underneath. They need him now to contribute big points tonight.
Under a minute to go in the half. Detroit by 2. Dwyer has 6 points.
Well, we can see why the Portland staff upset with the second unit. Their second unit play very sporadic. They really haven't gotten anything. But then again, you got to say, well, Kersey's a little injured. Buck Williams is not here tonight. Different combinations. Look at Rodman work, huh?
11 rebounds in this first half. He fouled Isaiah Thomas.
He wanted
made
that
him
one.
pay,
Yeah, he wanted that one. He likes that shot. You've seen him take that a number of times during his career. He comes down, he hesitates on you. See, Jerome Kersey right now is all upset. You're going to see he hesitates, then he explodes. See, now there's your foul right there. Now, Kersey's saying, hey, I didn't mug him. I just kind of bumped him a little bit.
That's 3 on Kersey, by the way, as Isaiah misses the first of the free throws, and Mark Bryant checks in for Jerome Kersey.
Now you think Kersey with 3, Robinson with 3, Drexler with 3. Key people here.
34.4 seconds remaining in the first half, and Detroit with the 3-point lead. Isaiah Thomas looking to make it 4. Missed them both.
Now Detroit is in a 2-2-1 3-quarter.
Pack showing some quickness. Playing at the point. Porter's moved over to the 2 guard.
You've got to go down inside the duck guard. He's got to get down in there and take Bedford.
8 on the shot clock. Detroit hacked it inside. The leaner by Porter. You said it. He takes the tough shots. That was a bank shot, but it was with 3 on the shot clock and a critical basket.
Now we're inside of 7 seconds now.
Thomas for 3. Rebound Abdelnaby, and the Pistons lead it by 1 at the half. Low scoring game, but a competitive one from Memorial Coliseum in Portland. Pace to score 186 by February 10th.
Yes, right. Very good line.
Dennis Rodman is the man tonight. Speaking of scoring, the QB said in the first half he may fill up all the columns. Well, he's 14 points, 11 rebounds. Just take a look at 2 of his points here.
See, with all of the trapping that's going on, Dennis Rodman is moving without the ball. He's finishing off here. He's leading this game in points, 14 points, and he already has 11 rebounds. Now, this is frustration. This is a team that's struggling, shooting for the season, and even tonight where they're only shooting right at 40%. Abdelnaby working very hard. Now, you're going to see a long pitch out. Total frustration is a nice steal. Now watch what happens. We didn't show you enough misses the first time around. Now keep an eye on this. Now there's a hit. Should have been a 2-shot foul. Now, we're still not finished. Abdelnaby finishes it off. And why? Because he has 10 points and 10 rebounds. Doing a great job.
Look at the forward matchup, both Rodman and Abdelnaby. Not the 2 you'd think would be putting up 24 points between them.
Well, will the primetime scorers in this game please step forward? All right, the guys who are supposed to get it done. And we're going to see right here. See, if you're only going to shoot 40% like Portland, you know your team is working because you have 11 rebounds. At the other end, and you're seeing that it's giving you some points. Now, you're looking at this game objectively. You say everything favors Portland because their main guys have not opened up yet. And by that we mean Drexler and Porter from an offensive standpoint. At the other end of the floor, Detroit is playing great. They're making a lot of tough shots. They are not getting anything easy down inside. Everything that Portland should do right, they're doing, except the name of the game is still basketball. You do not get the degree of difficulty, right?
Exactly. 3 things you got to do in basketball. Score,
and more scores.
Score. Woolridge.
Nice move.
Tried to get the foul from Robinson, who's carrying 3 as we begin the second half. But Woolridge picks up where he left off. He opened up very well, scoring very strong in the first quarter with 8 points. Now he has 10 for the game. Porter open for the jumper from Duckworth. Rebound Rodman. That's 12.
3 on 3.
Dumar is looking for the jumper. Can't get it to go down. Another Rodman rebound. 13. Detroit by 3.
Plenty of time. This looks like an isolation here for Isaiah. He's going to take Drexler. Remember, Drexler has 3.
A good pass to the foot of Rodman. Drexler kicks it off to Porter. Lobby, his 11th rebound, his 12th point.
He's playing terrific. See, the thing which is deceiving about him is his quickness. He really gets from one end of the floor to the other, and he's always putting his body on people on the glass.
1 point Detroit lead. Lambeer hits this one, only 2 of 6 in the first half.
We said, though, the shots are there for Bedford and Lambeer at the center position.
Robinson on the drive. Big bucket for Cliff Robinson. He also started strongly. Now has 12 in the game.
Now, Rodman is upset with himself because that time Robinson brought the shot right back and shot it right in Rodman's face, and he didn't have the quickness to get up to block the shot.
Well, we know Dennis Rodman is an offensive guy tonight.
Plus, he only played all 24 minutes in that first half.
Detroit by 1. Dumars.
See,
has the switch.
He's got to go down inside. See, the guard switch, and he's out at the top of the circle. See?
And a Detroit turnover. That's their 8th of the ball game.
See, Dumars is telling Lambeer right now, come on, he just switched. I had the big guy. You have to post up, Bill. You have to post up.
You were talking to Chuck Daly about that today, about whether or not Lambeer is going to get down inside for the post up more. He needs to. Stucker scores over Lambeer. Chuck said Bill wants to go down and post up more. Now, I'm not saying that there was a loss of credibility there.
In a game like this, you must see the mismatches and then go right down inside and take advantage.
Isaiah on the drive. Rodman with the offensive board. His 3rd offensive rebound and his 14th board of the night.
Now, he snatched that right away from Drexler and Duckworth. Went right inside, put his body on him. Nice pass.
And Duckworth made it pay. Clyde Drexler having a heck of a start for the 1991-92 season.
Drexler never gets enough credit for being an outstanding passer in traffic.
12 on the shot clock for the Pistons, and the Portland Trailblazers have regained the lead by 1.
Now, they told us today, Portland coaching staff, that they were going to trap Isaiah and Dumars every chance they could get, force the other people to beat them throughout the 48 minutes.
Lambeer hits the 3. Detroit by 2. Drexler. Let go! Wasn't really in position to shoot that triple.
Remember, we say when they're on top of their game, Portland, the ball moves. They do not take the shot after the first pass, and that's exactly what we saw there that time. More ball movement, and then they take you off the dribble, and a lot of things happen.
Lambeer sets the pick for Isaiah, who blew past both players to get the lay-in.
See, now that was smart. As soon as Duckworth switched out on Isaiah, he backed him out and then beat him off the dribble.
Isaiah with 9 points. Wave off the basket. That foul on Joe Dumars.
See, I expect Drexler to get more active in the second half. You know, in the first half, as far as shot chances go, you know, he only came in with 6. So right now, he is starting to open up. He wants to get his game going, but most of all, he wants Dumars to play him a little tighter so that he can take him off the dribble. As soon as that shot went up, he knocked Joe and then went right down inside. Joe had to refoul him again.
Dumars with 2 personals. As it's stripped away by Dumars. Thomas, Isaiah, and Rodman. Robinson almost got there, but almost didn't count. 4-point Detroit lead. Make it a 6-point Detroit lead. Biggest lead of the game. Blocked by Rodman. Isaiah, that's Dumars with the easy lay-in.
What a beautiful tap pass that time by Woolridge. People are all upset here right now. But at the other end of the floor, that time, see, they're upset. The bench is upset. Why is Rick? Because when Robinson went down in the lane, he was fouled by Lambeer. The shot was blocked by Rodman, but they wanted the 2 shots on that foul.
And the Blazers now trail it by 8.
Now keep an eye on Robinson as he drives down the lane, crashes into Bill Lambeer. Now this is definitely a charge, but they do not make the call. See, there's Lambeer. Now here comes the shot block. Now watch the tap pass right now. Beautiful by Woolridge. Once again, Detroit uncharacteristically out on the fast break.
14-4. Detroit outscoring Portland on fast break points, and the Pistons on a 9-0 run the last minute 12 seconds. The 8-point lead, 10 to shoot for the Trailblazers. 7. Robinson with a lean in.
Now he earned that. I mean, he got banged twice. Plus he went in and recovered the ball, put his nose in there. Robinson and Abdelnaby are playing a great game tonight at both ends of the floor for Portland.
Isaiah Thomas against Duckworth.
Nice.
Kicks it to Lane Beer from 18.
When you have a smart point guard and a guy handling the ball, Isaiah has had that switch, and the mismatch has broken that defense down now 3 times.
Rebound Lane Beer. Woolridge with the travel, couldn't hold on to the pass from Isaiah.
Right now, Dumars and Isaiah are really tired. If Lambeer and Rodman can get the rebound and kick it out, they have numbers, Bob, every time. I'm kind of surprised. Portland is off and has been at home, and they are not blowing the ball out on the break. They are really slow tonight.
Beautiful pass from Drexler down to Abdelnaby, who has 14 points.
That's how we started the game tonight. They did it on the first play of the game. Why haven't they done it yet? Anytime that Abdelnaby passes, they're using Lambeer as the double team guy. Abdelnaby is wide open.
Detroit guards, as Hubie pointed out, tired, but when you look at the Detroit bench, not much help to come off in that position. Isaiah Thomas with a foul. He'll have a 3-point opportunity.
Gorgeous, gorgeous move by Isaiah. That's the advantage when you're a guard of being able to shoot the basketball with either hand. Now just watch as he comes down in here, how he brings the ball back and puts it up over the top of a 6'10 guy with the left hand.
Three-point conversion for Isaiah Thomas at 65-58. Detroit by 7. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Clear out.
Drexler couldn't get to that ball. Rodman had the position. Detroit with it. Robinson just mugs Isaiah Thomas.
Now, I know that they're going to give him a foul right now. That was outstanding defense, because if Robinson did not intercept Isaiah right here, they had a 3-on-1 at the other end of the floor. But what he should have done right there was go back. Why? Because that was his 4th foul right there. And they need him tonight. No Buck Williams. You need a defensive stopper up front.
In case you dialed in late, Buck Williams, attending the funeral of his mother, probably will be back tomorrow for the Trailblazers. And the Detroit turnover, that's 10. Rodman just ran Cliff Robinson right off the ball. It'll belong to the Blazers.
That was a foul by Rodman. He cleared him right out with his right forearm. Pushed him out. The reason why the referees let it go, because the ball had already been hit out of bounds. But all the fans at that end of the floor very upset, because you could have said, hey, Dennis, you did not have to do that.
Kersey checks in. Robinson with 4 fouls sits down. Punched away by Rodman.
Plenty of time here now. 15 seconds on the clock.
Portland down by 7. Kersey with the rebound. You see the shooting woes for the Trailblazers.
3 seconds.
A 3 by Drexler, who now has 14 in the game.
I said this early. That's where they break your heart. Now, they're only shooting right at 40%, but they'll take the threes. They just do not say, hey, I'm not going to shoot anymore.
10 to shoot. Dumars over Drexler. Drains it. That's a 2.
That's good basketball. See, that what they're saying now is, Joe, you got to take them now. We're going to go send everybody to the baseline. Take them one-on-one.
Inside, Duckworth fouled before the shot by Bill Lambeer.
Well, Lambeer knows that was a foul. His man flew right down into the post-up area. He did foul him. He was trying not to let him get position in the post-up.
6-point lead for Detroit. Duckworth isolated against Lane Beard. Just backs in with it.
Nice. He has a lot of moves, Bob. He can shoot with either hand. He has that up and under. He has the baby hooks.
Isaiah Thomas on a spin move inside. Tried to get it to Woolridge. Good interior defense by the Trailblazers. Dumar has it blocked by Rodman. Where did he come from?
Oh, my. He came from the top of the circle, Bob. He was running right down the middle of the floor, and you're going to see this. Watch to the left of your screen there. Look at this. Now, remember, he was way behind the play. Watch Rodman coming down the middle of the floor. There he comes right there. What a ball game he's playing.
Had it all the way. Porter on the baseline. And it is a two-point game. Detroit had led by as many as 8 points before that Portland timeout.
See, what Chuck is doing now is they're sending 4 guys to the baseline, allowing Dumar to take Drexler again out on top. Slow the game down and play one-on-one out there.
Big hoop by Dumars. Again, he has 12.
See, this way, it's a tough track. Because if you're going to leave a man, that will open a guy up either on the baseline or in the corner.
Portland turnover. Isaiah Thomas out quickly. Has Woolridge down low and Rodman.
Big thing now is not to force it. You're on the road. You know, you're in a tight ball game right now. The big thing is to work and get good shots. Inside of 8.
Porter is playing Woolridge. There's the double team. 4-3. Dumar.
Veteran team. When you have veteran players, they do not rush the shot.
Drexler leans into Rodman, wanting to get the foul on the shot. Does it. And also misses it with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. McGuire checking in.
I'm saying, now, if you were refereeing right there, because that happened right in front of us, who would you have called the foul on?
Drexler for leaning in.
For leaning in. You see, and Jackie Neese did not want to make a call that time because it was very questionable who bumped into who first.
Not to me. I think it was Drexler. Drexler with the pass to Abdelnabi.
Hey, now that is a highlight pass, okay? You bet. This guy, Drexler, has 6 assists a game, and he just doesn't get the credit. What a pass!
He has 7 in this game. McGuire for 2. He stepped on the line. Good ball game. 74-67 Detroit.
Detroit making every jump shot this quarter.
Is it possible? I don't want to say it was too early. Is it possible Detroit could score 100 here tonight?
You're being cruel.
Isaiah, it's 3 on 2.
Give it to him. Yes, that's right.
The big block came from Drexler, who went down hard on his shoulder, then comes away with a rebound. Let's see if that shoulder's okay. Looks to be. Abdelnabi, beautiful pass from Terry Porter.
All the people want a foul, see? He was fouled going up. Rodman wants a foul at the other end of the floor for Porter pushing him in the back. There were 2 non-calls at either end of the floor. And what you've got to say now is this is smart. Good timeout by Chuck Daly. He's saying to himself right now, hey, listen, we got a 5-point lead. Look, let's just slow things down. Let me talk to you now. 2 minutes of smart basketball.
It's time for the GMC Truck scoreboard. Utah with the lead over the Clippers in the third quarter in Los Angeles. Boston gets the victory tonight over Seattle at the Garden. It was Miami at Charlotte, 112-108. Cycling with a big game tonight. Indiana blowing out Dallas 124-108. And Chicago got New York 99-89. We'll have the Bulls and the Lakers on Tuesday night on TNT. Philadelphia beats Minnesota like everybody's doing this year. Phoenix over San Antonio in our first game of the Friday night doubleheader.
Very quietly, Phoenix going about their business. They've now won 10 out of their last 11. Abdelnabi right there. Career high 18 points, doing a spectacular job. Portland shooting 50% this quarter, 11 for 22. Why can't they get the lead? Detroit, 12 out of 16, 75%. 77%.
13 of 17. We're statistical machines. Sometimes I'm amazed. Like computers.
Portland have only shot 2 foul shots since the first quarter.
Duckworth from the baseline from Jerome Kersey. Kersey playing on a severely sprained ankle tonight, giving it all he's got. You said the word to Rick Adelman. He agreed to. He says he's your warrior, isn't he?
Oh, he's the guy. He's their best defensive player, and he never makes the all-defensive team.
Pistons by 5. Here is Dumars again, waiting for the double team. Detroit reversing it. Aguirre from the corner. That's a 2. Aguirre has stepped on the line the last 2 long-range shots.
Now they're 3 for 3 in that set. Every time Dumars gets trapped, boom, they pass the ball.
Kersey hammers Aguirre, no call. Pistons run it 3-on-2.
3-on-2.
Isaiah gets it to fall, and he'll go to the line. What a game for Isaiah Thomas. I'd like to have a nickel for every time I've said what a game for Isaiah Thomas.
Now, today, Rick said to us, we cannot allow the guards to beat us. And in this quarter, Isaiah Thomas, watch how he switches and brings it right back with the right hand. As soon as he felt that contact and saw that he could come back with the right hand, he brought it right into the face. But Dumars and Thomas have taken this game over, and then Mark Aguirre has hit 2 big threes with the clock going off.
Kersey struggling inside. Rodman loses it. Abdelnaby has 20.
Dennis Rodman really frustrated. He said to Chuck, I'm sorry, but let's face it, Dennis Rodman has not been out of this game yet. He's going to be his 36th minute when we go off at the end of 3.
No rest. Dumars finds the double team. Aguirre. Rebound tipped out of there by Duckworth, and the Blazers with an opportunity to run and count the basket.
Joe Dumars wanted a charge, and he had a good call that time. Chuck Daly frustrated. Drexler, you're going to see this now as Drexler goes in and gives you the reverse spin. Watch how he comes right into Dumars. See, right there. Dumars is looking for it, but as we get that replay, I would not have called it either. I would have called the foul. Joe was definitely moving. From our first angle, I thought he might have had a charge, but he didn't. Terrific move by Drexler.
Only the 3rd team foul on Detroit this quarter with only 24.4 remaining. Drexler drains the free throw, and Clyde has 17 to go with his 8 assists.
Now they're going to try to hold for the last shot here right now. It'll be interesting to see if Dumars gets a double team. They're going right down on the baseline. 4 on the baseline. Now, whoever comes to double team Dumars, he'll try to find a free guy.
They don't, and Dumars drives the lane.
Plenty of time.
Drexler quickly draws the foul with 1.9 seconds remaining. Bedford got him.
Smart foul. He just came in the game. He has fouls to give. The big thing here is that once you score at that end, you cannot allow them to score at the end of the quarter. The building would go berserk, and all of a sudden you're fighting the building as well as these 5 guys.
Detroit led this ball game 47-46 at the half. They've built the 6-point lead with just under 2 seconds to go in the quarter.
Now they're going to pick up all over the floor. Now, Drexler, what a year he's having. He's shooting 51% from the floor, 36% in threes, 76% on the line, while he is quietly averaging 26 points a game. All right, now they will probably put Abdelnaby on the ball out of bounds. They do not want to allow the Detroit Pistons to throw a long pass. See, Rick is coaching on the sideline over there, matching his guys up with people.
They're putting Kersey over on Aguirre and dropping Porter back here to Dumars.
Well, that was smart.
Drexler got them both.
See, they have the big man on the pass.
Tipped away by Porter with 0.3 of a second.
Now, with 0.3 on the second, you know that you cannot catch it and dribble it. You know that you cannot catch it and head fake. You must catch it, release it immediately.
Aguirre has the quick release. Let's see if they
No lob to the front of the rim now. There it is.
Bedford had the opportunity. Buzzer sounds, and Detroit leads it 82-78 by 4 with 12 minutes of basketball to go. The Pistons leading the Blazers by 4 with 12 minutes remaining here at Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon. On Tuesday, I'll be going into Chicago to join up with Doug Collins. We see the Lakers and the Bulls. That'll be 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Now, this game has really been a little Jekyll and Hyde. You look at the first quarter, both teams came out, made a lot of things happen. Very quietly, the second quarter frustration. Second units couldn't score. But look at that third quarter, 35 and 32, mainly because Detroit, 16 for 21 from the field, outrageous. And Portland, 14 for 27. Both teams totally on fire.
76% is 16 for 21. 82-78. Detroit with the lead. They have not won in 21 consecutive regular season games here in Portland.
Now, in the first half, this second unit for Portland really struggled. Could not get anything going. Really hurt them. They shot a combined 2 for 11.
And they start off with an air ball here from rookie Robert Pack, who is in with Danny Ainge, Wayne Cooper, Jerome Kersey, and Clyde Drexler.
Now, the one thing I'm glad of, that they didn't give Rodman too long of a rest, right? He's still in this game.
Detroit by 4. Pack on Isaiah Thomas.
See, Chuck Daly staying with Thomas, Dumars, and also Aguirre.
Aguirre popped out for the 15-footer, couldn't get it.
Oh, great dribble.
Tremendous ball handling by Drexler. Pack is fouled as he drives to the hoop by Mark Aguirre.
I mean, you could hear that one all the way out to here at halftime. I can't believe Aguirre is complaining. Okay. You know, I know he's saying the referee who was standing right next to us did not make the call. The guy who made the call was from half court. That's because he almost had a punctured eardrum that time.
Robert Pack, the rookie from Southern Cal.
Okay, that was a great dribble by Drexler going by Isaiah Thomas.
Jerome Kersey and Dennis Rodman with a sumo wrestling move down to the baseline. Detroit's lead has been cut to 2. Crowd back in it at Memorial Coliseum.
The big thing now is you just cannot take a lot of time. This is an isolation. Dumar's on Ainge.
And Ainge gets him with the foul.
And you say, why did he take him to the left? Now, you know they're going to really try to exploit Ainge off the dribble. And a double team was coming from the middle of the floor. That time, Kersey left his man and was flying. They're going to force the guards to pick up the 3 guys cutting to the lane. I would send everything to the corner right now. The Detroit guards have been able to get into the middle too often in the third quarter.
You talk about Dennis Rodman being an Iron Man in this game. Dumars and Isaiah Thomas having to do it too. Remember when Chuck Daly used to say, we have to win a game. We have to get really good games from 2 of our 3 guards. Now we've got to get really good games from 2 of our 2 guards.
Well, he said they're trying to develop a 3rd guard. And right now, they're disappointed in the offensive scoring of Darrell Walker. And then you have Thomas and Blanks on the bench, 2 young players, and they're not getting it.
Good save by Drexler. 16 on the shot clock. Time for the Blazers to set it up again. Ainge from the perimeter. Can't buy one. Dumar's behind the back to Isaiah. Has Aguirre, but he's going to hold it up.
When you're playing this kind of basketball, the style, trying to hit the tempo, you need easy baskets. And Detroit cannot go away from looking down the floor.
Rodman keeps it alive and saves it. It's going to belong to Detroit.
People are upset, but that ball went off of Pack that time. It went into a group of blue and white shirts, but went off Pack out of bounds. Nice
Pistons
save.
by 4.
Nice save by Dennis Rodman. See, they're clearing out again. Here comes your double, force some baseline.
And it's on Ainge again. 2 shots.
See, this is good basketball because you have premier guys going one-on-one. Now, when a referee sees Dumars in this situation, or Isaiah Thomas, any bump, he's a quality player. See, he's going to get that. Right now, Ainge feels that wasn't a foul. He had his forearm up. But you're going to get that call.
Dumars has 20 on the night and a whole lot of free throws because of his ability to penetrate.
Well, Joe Dumars is a quality foul shooter, 87%. This is a tough cover for Danny Ainge. Anytime that you're out there naked on the side, you know, and you're hoping that that double team will come. Well, Joe is going away from the double team.
Dumar's 5 out of 5 from the line. Detroit by 6. 10 minutes to go in the game.
They have Rodman on Drexler now.
Ainge was pushed. No offensive foul
that
away
was a
from
good
the ball
call.
on Drexler.
That was a very good call, and I'll tell you why. I just hope we have that picture because Jerome Kersey just popped Dennis Rodman. See, Drexler's all upset. They ran a down screen for Drexler, and Rodman was all over Drexler. But as he came off the screen, he was popped by Kersey. Now, people are all upset. They didn't think it was flagrant enough.
So the technical foul has been called on Drexler. We'll come back and sort that out in a moment. Tonight's Dutch boy in the paint, Dennis Rodman and Ala Abdelnaby having big nights.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. And then Portland struggling from the offensive end, but they're backing it up with great hustle on the offensive board. Now Drexler picked up his 4th foul. When that screen was set by Jerome Kersey, as they were coming off, Drexler forearmed Dennis Rodman. A little acting job by Rodman. I thought Rodman was fouled more by Kersey on the pick than by Drexler, and then Drexler picks up a technical foul on top of it.
And Dumars hits the technical. It's a 7-point Pistons lead. 10 minutes to go in the ball game, and I think the Pistons are on track to break 100 here tonight. We were joking about it earlier with 87 points in 10 minutes to go. And look at that. The Clippers have come back against Utah in Los Angeles.
Well, the Clippers have won 6 in a row. But see, Drexler went right over to the referee that called a foul on him, the technical, and just said, he's grabbing my shirt.
Rodman couldn't handle the pass from Thomas. Here is Robert Pack to Danny Ainge.
Now this building is going to erupt if Portland can get a couple of easy baskets.
Drexler fouled on the drive. It's on Mark Aguirre.
The big thing right now for Detroit, you're on the road, hostile crowd, and a very excitable crowd. You cannot try to, we say, spread the needle, thread the needle on passes. Don't shock anyone. Just come up and do meat and potato basketball. Try not for a turn. You need shot attempts and also the possibility of being fouled. The sensational play is out. Clyde Drexler is all upset, and anytime he gets like this, he immediately tries to take over the game.
11 out of 11 from the free throw line. A couple of substitutions. Cliff Robinson into the game, along with Ala Abdelnaby.
See, they go to the small unit now. They have Pack and Ainge at the guards, Drexler at the small forward position, along with Robinson, so they have a lot of quickness.
Bedford from 18 feet.
They've been waiting for that one because he's been Valentined up until now. Okay? 0 for 2 on the line, 0 for 2 from the field before that.
Ainge just can't buy it.
See, this is what you must do for Detroit. You must continue to go. Oh, baby.
Beautiful pass, a one-touch from Aguirre to set up Rodman.
Hey, Rodman just took off from behind the foul line or at foul line and left-handed that one.
Detroit's biggest lead of the ball game. Drexler against Rodman. Got inside of him and drew the foul.
See, Clyde will keep trying to answer at the other end of the floor by bringing the ball up quickly and then isolating him. Let him keep going to the basket because he's going to get the call. Plus, he is always a potential three-point guy on the drive because of the acrobatic moves.
Rodman with 2 personal fouls, and Drexler misses his first free throw of the night.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can make the open shots and then go to the foul line and make the key foul shots.
91-83 Detroit with just under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Back with some pressure on Isaiah Thomas.
Pack is very tough defensively. He has the foot quickness and he's got the strength that you just cannot, you know, bang him and go over the top of him.
10 to shoot for Detroit. Now 8-7.
Done a good job.
Isaiah pulls up for the big bucket with 6 on the shot clock.
And Isaiah says, I have seen this so many times during my career. He says, I've still got the J. Come on now.
A double-digit lead for Detroit. Robinson against Aguirre. Draws the foul. Will go to the free throw line.
Frustrating foul. Anytime that you're playing a guy that is not known as a low post scorer with his back to the basket. Robinson struggling all year, only shooting 42%. You never foul him on a jump shot. You just challenge the shot and say, look, once you shoot it, I'm blocking you out. I'll keep you off the glass.
Robinson with a free throw. We talked to Rick Adelman just last week. Houston came in here on a losing streak, playing poorly because they've been out of sync since Elijah Wan was ill and missed some games. Came in. Portland had a lead, lost it. Houston took that game, and Adelman said he hoped the same thing wouldn't happen here tonight. And the Pistons have an 8-point lead with 8 minutes to go.
Well, see, in the loss to Houston scored 10 consecutive times. This is smart. Isaiah's going to try to take him.
5 on the shot clock to Aguirre. That's a 2. Mark has just decided himself. He has stepped on the line for 3 long-range field goal attempts.
Oh, damn!
Rodman keys the break.
Smart basketball. Push it, and look. There he is.
Abdelnaby fouls him. Bedford was open. Had Dumar's got him the ball earlier, Bedford would have had the jam.
See, I've been trying to bring this up all through the second half. Detroit cannot just be contented by being ahead. They must, every time when they get a turnover or a miss, force the action, force Portland to come back defensively, and then take them to the glass. Is never out of the game because of their great three-point shooting, and also the fact that they can go down the floor with their quickness and crush you all over the court and force the turnovers.
10 to shoot for Drexler against Rodman. Abdelnaby, impossible angle. Rodman with the rebound and the loose ball foul.
Dennis Rodman, that was very courageous move. I mean, he really went in there and took that one away.
It's called on Robinson, the loose ball foul. That's 5 on Robinson.
Right now, Portland very frustrated. They thought Abdelnaby was fouled on that shot. He put his shoulder, he ducked in there, and he went right up strong. They felt he was hit, but Rodman went right in there and took it. Now here comes your half-court trap.
Robinson is going to foul out of the game with that one.
Now,
Let's just double check. We had him with 5, and that is 6.
Yeah, you see, right now, Aguirre and Robinson are just on a square-off here. You know, eyes right into one another. Why? Because when that foul was committed, you're going to see here. Now watch it. Here's the foul. Now watch Aguirre, see? Aguirre's going to pop him right there. See, so when they called the foul now, all right, everybody stopped, but the two of them, stared one another down. Now, that was definitely a call, all right? Definitely a foul. And Robinson has played such a terrific game, but he has picked up 3 very poor fouls out in the middle of the floor where you're isolated, and it's definitely going to be called.
Kersey checks into the game, and Kersey is playing on a very sore ankle, and Detroit leading it by 12 and a chance to build on that lead now.
Talking to Rick today, we said, what has been your problem? You've lost 4 games where you had big leads here at home. And he said, our defense in the last quarter has been poor. But tonight, the defense has been poor for the entire second half. They cannot get Detroit. We know they're on fire, and they're making every jump shot, but they just can't turn them over.
Drexler with the offensive foul. And for Clyde Drexler, that's 5 personals.
See, Rodman's all upset here right now. You got to be happy now, Dennis. You got the foul. Now, let's see what happens here. Let's see if he takes away the lane. Now, he was moving. See, he was moving. I definitely would have given Drexler that. Call the foul on Dennis Rodman.
Drexler picks up his 5th personal foul. 22nd timeout. Chuck Daly has to come out and get Rodman.
Yeah, well, you see, you cannot allow Rodman to get into a moaning and groaning situation here. You got the call. We're up 13. Let's not get the referees all upset. Let's not anger anybody. We're inside of 7 minutes right now. What we need is cool heads.
Detroit not known for being a cool-headed basketball team. Even during the World Championship years, they were called, of course, the Bad Boys. Leading by 13, however, with 6:51 remaining in this ballgame.
See, at the other end of the floor, Portland just totally frustrated. They're 0 for 5 in this quarter. They can't get a foul shot attempt because they're not getting a whistle at their end. So not only are the frustration of missing, but the frustration of the non-calls.
And there's the trap. Dumar's in trouble to Rodman.
Take it up and try to score. Oh, you've got to take that, big fella.
Makes the pass to Aguirre, but I agree. The easy basket there is the big jam from the 7th.
Yeah, and he could have definitely dunked that himself.
And mark it down, folks. Pop the champagne corks, Detroit Pistons fans. It's the century mark. Pack in the lane. Leader won't go. Rodman with his 20th rebound.
The big thing now is they're going to go and just take their time, allow Isaiah to go either way. High picks.
5 to shoot for Detroit. 3 seconds called against the Pistons. With 5:55 to go. Portland has to make a move now if they're going to make one.
Dennis Rodman just did a negative. He got caught for 3 seconds. So now he has every column full.
Okay, that's right. That was his only one missing.
Remember, he has played every minute of this ball game.
Drexler misses the runner in the lane. Good outlet to Aguirre. The one touch to Isaiah Thomas.
Two great
A
passes.
fast break by Detroit.
2 great passes. Great pass from Rodman and a sensational one-handed pass by Aguirre.
Detroit really on the run now. Portland has not scored a field goal in this quarter. Detroit ball.
See, the tough thing is they're being embarrassed. They're being routed by a team that they thought they possibly had an easy game with tonight. They knew that they're out here on this long trip. They haven't been playing well. Detroit has lost 12 of their last 17 games. And sometimes, even though you have a couple of key guys injured, it's tough to get your team up because it's a home game.
Ernie Johnson back with you in our Atlanta studio. This is bonus coverage of the Clippers and Jazz. The Clippers were down by 19 at the half. They are now down by 1 as they play with under a minute to go in the 4th period. The score is 94-93. Take my word for it. Let's send it back now to Portland and Bob Neal and Hubie Brown.
Thank you, Ernie. If something happens in that game, we'll certainly go to it with our bonus coverage. Right here, 102-85. Rodman with his 21st rebound, even though he lost the ball.
Big thing now is you cannot allow Portland to hit the three-point shot.
And that's what Drexler almost did. Well, it sure set that lineup well if Clyde had dropped it. 102-85, Detroit. And you're not going to see the Pistons blow many leads of this nature with under 5 minutes to go.
This is smart. They're just milking the clock. Send everyone to the baseline. As soon as you see a double-team guy, pass the ball in that direction.
Isaiah's turnaround jumper over Robert Pack. Pack was all over him.
You couldn't play him any better than that. Now, that's twice he's done that to Pack.
Detroit by 19.
Loose ball foul. They just put Rodman down on the floor.
Kersey and Bedford now talking to each other.
Yeah, now see, well, you know, they can talk all they want, and they can be going in everybody's face. What you have right now is frustration. Portland, a very frustrated team. They cannot make a field goal. They're being waxed in their own building. You know, you're down 19. Chuck Daly is taking the pressure off. He wants a timeout. Let me get my guys over here on the side, and let's talk to them. Look, just do not lose your head right now. We have this one in our pocket. The worst thing we can do is have a brawl, lose a quality player right now. Or all of a sudden, the game shifts tempo-wise. We give them some threes and let them back in the ball game. Big thing, quiet it right now.
Let's go to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
Thank you, Bob Neal. Our bonus coverage continues to see the Clippers down by 1 with the ball. 22 ticks left. Let's hear from Ron Hunley and Ron Boone.
Stockton with Doc Rivers. Here we go. The Clippers have to take a 20-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Boy,
We'll stay right here.
That play was defense because Mark Eaton would not let James Edwards set the pick on the baseline for Doc Rivers.
Well, they'll huddle up again. The Jazz defensively, and of course the Clippers talking it over about the play they want to run. Tomorrow night, another dandy. We got the Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Thomas, who had 44 at Detroit. He'll be back in South Palace tomorrow night.
And they were leading the Portland Trailblazers at the half, 47-46.
That's on our Prime Sports Network tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, half-hour pregame show with Chuck Daly, Jerry Sloan, and more. Here we go. Danny Manning to inbound for Harper. Harper got it by Jeff Malone. 18 seconds left in the game. They go low to Edwards. Got it by Eaton with help by Corbin. Cross court to Doc Rivers almost over his head. 10 seconds left in this game. Rivers backing in on Stock. 7 seconds. Off-bound shot, no good. Tipped up in the air. They fight for it. Stockton after it. He knocks it out of bounds. Clippers ball. Off Stockton.
Off Stockton's foot as he was trying to retrieve that basketball. A bad shot there by Doc Rivers. It was not the shot they really needed.
But there's 2 seconds at .4 left. That Clippers still can get a shot. 2 seconds.
There is definitely enough time.
Here, let's look at it again. Those of you with us on television, the shot missed. Jeff Malone with one arm tried to get it rolled away. Now, once Stockton, he had it there. Then Ron Harper hit him by the foot. He couldn't get back to the ball.
Yeah, the ball just hit John's left foot and went right out of bounds. What a break there for the Clippers, giving them one more shot at winning this basketball game.
2 seconds, .4.
You know, I was surprised they didn't go after a shot a lot earlier. You know, whenever you're down 1 point like that, 22 seconds left on the clock, you think you want to give yourself more than one chance to win the basketball down the stretch. I didn't think they executed that very well.
Yep, you take a quick shot so you can get a rebound if you miss because you're behind.
Exactly.
Yep. You may run it down like that if the score is tied. All right, here was the shot missed. Tipped up by Manning. No good. Jeff couldn't get both hands free to go after it. Then Stockton right there kicked it out of bounds, and Harper had him by the ankle.
2.6 seconds, 2.4 on the shot clock.
2.4 left in the game. So the Jazz defensively, what do you do here?
Well, they definitely have to keep them from getting the ball inside. Make them take an outside shot. And that we talked about so often because we've been in this position so often. Make them put the ball on the floor and with 2 seconds left at least one time. You just need some time to run off the clock.
All right, here we go. Clippers ball. And out of the left-hand corner at the offensive end, Danny Manning to inbound. Here we go. No one has made any changes. Same lineup both ways. Referees decide where they want to be. They got Doc Rivers inside, Stockton on his back here. Here we go. Manning to inbound. 2.5 seconds. They get it in. Edwards forces one up. No good. No good. No basket. No.
And they called a foul on Mark Eaton. Nolan Fine called a foul on Mark Eaton as he was shooting the basketball. They took the basket away.
Then there's got to be more time on the clock.
And James Edwards will go to the free throw line.
There's got to be more time on that clock. No basket. There was a foul on each shot. There's got to be more time on the clock.
And James Edwards has to double pump where the whoa, there was absolutely no contact on this play. If we get a chance to see that again, if possible, from a different angle, Mark Eaton slid right past James Edwards as he double pumped, jackknife to shoot the basketball.
Right there, look, 1.5 seconds. The clock stops on the foul, right?
Right.
So there's got to be another second left in this game. There's 1.5 seconds left in this game on the foul. There's got to be another second left.
They don't understand what you're trying to tell them, I guess, or I don't know. But as Mark Eaton was shooting the basketball, James Edwards jackknives in the air. Mark makes some contact, and what Rod is saying is that once he jackknifed and shot, and once the foul was made, there was 1.5 minutes left on the shot clock, and they only have 0.4 of a second left on the shot clock up there. So maybe they'll correct it. I think they're trying to correct it now. It should be another 0.5 on the shot clock. 0.6.
It's a bad call, but at least you got to honor the time on the clock.
Exactly. Well, they have 1 second on the clock now. It should be just a little bit more than that.
Well, the big fella. Well, that's sad. Give him 2 free throws on that. But he didn't touch him, I don't believe.
It didn't look like he touched him to me. It looked like Mark may have just ran right past him.
Well, Edwards has missed 2 free throws in this game.
Yeah, exactly. And he wants to bother the shot when he goes up.
He's 7 out of 9.
Want to get that close.
7 out of 9. Here we go.
Jackknifing like that. The Jazz will call a timeout.
All right, a minute. They give him the 1.4. That's right. 1.4 seconds left in the game. So a timeout.
So it is 94-93. Utah with the lead. James Edwards going to the line with a chance to tie or give the Clippers the lead. We'll keep you up to speed now. Back to Portland.
Thanks, Ernie Johnson. The Pistons are leading it 108-90 with 2:58 to go in the ballgame.
Well, in this quarter, Portland went 1 for 15. They are now 2 for 17. You just can't win no matter where you're playing because the defense has not been tough enough.
Danny Ainge missed from the perimeter a moment ago, and then you see Terry Porter, a good outside shooter, missing. And we get the foul on Robert Pack.
There's been a great deal of frustration here. Not only have they missed all of the open shots, the coaching staff is frustrated. You can see the 2 for 18 for the quarter right there. Then you feel that you are not getting the calls. Your guys are going strong to the basket. Nothing is going your way. Plus, at the other end of the floor, Detroit totally on fire, cannot miss an open jump shot, and then they're going to the foul line and converting all their foul shots.
Wayne Cooper and Danny Young about to come into the game for the Portland Trailblazers. Terry Porter will sit out, as will Clyde Drexler, and that's pretty much the towel. Portland will fall to 13-9, and they'll fall temporarily a game and a half back of the Lakers, who are idle tonight in the Pacific Division. But the Trailblazers do have something to be concerned about.
Well, absolutely. Now, we know that Buck Williams was not here tonight because of the funeral of his mom. We also know that Kersey is playing with a very badly sprained ankle. So they are short.
Let's quickly go back to Ernie Johnson for that Utah Clippers game.
Thanks, Bob Neal. Bonus coverage continues. The Clippers have yet to go to the line. James Edwards will be shooting too. There's the foul as you see it. Let's go back to the LA Sports Arena. They're down by 1.
But maybe that was, that really helped the Jazz, that foul, because they did get the pass on the basket and dunk the basketball with 0.4 of a second left.
He makes the free throw. James Edwards makes the first. So now the pressure as he gets ready for the second. Edwards. Score tied. He can win it here. He misses. Rebound. Karl Malone. Timeout, Jazz. So they got a chance. 1.1 second left in the game. We're tied at 94. Utah's ball. That's Karl Malone rebounding.
All right, it's a tie game, 94 apiece. Edwards hits only 1 out of 2. We will come back to this game and see how it winds up. Let's send it back now to Portland. Bob Neal.
Thank you, Ernie. Here, 111-92. Detroit about to win for the first time in 22 consecutive regular season games here at Portland.
It's just been a terrific show by their perimeter people. Dumars, Thomas, and then Aguirre. Then the guy who has done all of the work, Dennis Rodman. He has had a spectacular game.
24 rebounds for Dennis Rodman. Probably even more impressive as anything could be would be the amount of minutes he's played. Rodman with his 25th rebound of this game.
Early on, I just didn't think that they could keep up the tempo. I didn't think that they could continue to force, but we were feeling that at the other end of the floor, Portland would show you something at the offensive end and keep this game close, but it never came.
Rodman kept that one alive. He's so tired he can hardly stand up. Pat against Dumar's. Dumar's fouls him. Pat gets the lay-in to go with under a minute to go in this ball game. And is Dennis Rodman finally going to get a rest? I hope so. He is really, really hurting. And now Dennis Rodman finally gets to sit down.
And you know, Detroit leaves here as soon as this game ends, goes to Utah, the team that we're throwing this game to right now. They are also Utah, Detroit tomorrow night.
Here's Ernie Johnson.
Thank you, Bob and Hubie. Let's see what the Jazz can do with just over a tick left. The game tied. Let's go back to the LA Sports Arena.
In the penalty. Here we go. Blue. Left side stock. Lets it fly. No good at the buzzer. Boy, he got a shot.
And a great pass there by Blue Edwards, catching him right in stride. This will go into overtime.
94 apiece heading to OT. The Clippers are 2-0 in overtime this year. Utah is 0-2. Man, what a finish. And it's not over yet. Let's go back to Portland.
And Charles Thomas dishes to Bedford. And the Pistons have played well from the get-go here tonight.
They've really done a nice job, Bob, versus the pressing and trapping. Running the clock, spreading the floor out, taking advantage, going off the dribble, and scoring at will.
1:13.97 garbage time now. Final 22 seconds. Danny Ainge putting up some numbers, but they came too little too late.
Now, when you think about this, last year, Portland 36-5 at home. Already this year, with this loss, they have 5 losses. 8 wins, 5 losses. That's the reason, the frustration of the coaching staff, frustration of the fans. They are not accustomed to this team losing at home. Now, you go back to last year, they won 63 games. The year before, they won 59 games. They are off to a very rocky start right now, and it's all because people will talk that their shooting is not real good and their foul shooting isn't good. But really, you must underline with a fair play, a red flare pen, they are not stopping people at the defensive end of the floor. Teams are scoring too easily.
Detroit witnessed 113 points and more for Detroit here tonight. And let me ask you this in the final few seconds of this. How important can this be for Detroit to get this win?
Well, this is a great win for them. They started out the trip with a win in Washington, lost in Phoenix, lost in LA Clippers, came up here, got another win. All right, now tomorrow night, you're 2-2 on this trip, and you're going to Utah. Now, you know that's going to be a very difficult game. Both teams have their own charters. They'll fly back. So, you know, no one has an advantage in this one. So you're coming out of the trip. Now, when you started out, you're saying, you know, if we can go 3-2 on this trip would be a nice trip. But 2-3 is not bad either.
Exactly. And a chance to go 3-2. Utah's headed into an overtime game against the Clippers.
The big thing for this team right here, the Detroit Pistons, they have got to start playing well at home. They are 5-6 in the arena, and you just cannot do that. You have sellout crowds, you have the built-in enthusiasm, and what this club must do, these two guys are playing too many minutes. They're getting close to 40 a game. They've got to develop a third guard here as the season rolls on, and then I don't know what they're going to do for Dennis Rodman, but somebody must step forward there and take away some of the minutes.
McCann got very few minutes of playing time tonight. Bedford played, but primarily was ineffective. Danny Ainge is going to come up with 9 points in the garbage time here tonight. And Detroit gets a 10-point lead. They more soundly defeated Portland even than that. And the Trailblazers fans and press will be on them here as they've lost their 5th home game here in Portland in this young basketball season.